Good morning, good evening, good day. It's Tracy back from Matley House. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing fabulous. It's time for another rewind video. It is rewinding haul number 15. We're getting there. We will eventually catch up. So, as normal, I went back to haul 15 and updated all of the links in the OG haul, and I've put all the updated links down below with all the descriptions. So, without further ado, let's have a look. Now, this isn't going to be brilliant in the numbers because this was a mostly craft die haul with just a few items at the very end of the video that were not craft. So oh my gosh, yeah, these numbers are going to be mad. Okay, anyway, stop giving excuses, Trace, and just get on with it. Okay, first item was a ho-ho-ho crafting die for Christmas. And it's just the word ho-ho-ho so that I could cut it out and use it for Christmas cards. Did I use it? No, not yet. But as with all of these craft dies, you will see the squirrel, because that means I've squirreled him away amongst all my crafting stuff, and eventually I'll get them out on play. So just take that as granted for all of them. Anyway, the ho-ho-ho die. Looks good. I did cut it out as a tester to make sure it was okay. And I liked it and kept it. And it was, I think, something like 80 something pence. What's not to love about that? Item number 2 was a Santa die for Christmas. And a nice big Santa. And you can dress him kind of how you want. So you make him up in layers. You cut him all out and you can make him up in layers. I like that sort of craft die. Quite frankly, because even the kids can do it. You know, the kids can take it out, colour each section, and then stick the coloured sections together. So you're not, you're colouring, you don't have to be precise because you're colouring each separate section and then gluing it together, if you know what I mean. You're not going to go over the line. So I love that sort of die. Anyway, Santa die. No, I haven't used it. I haven't used any of these dies, so they definitely wouldn't go to the bin, but they're all going to be unused. I have tested them all out once with a cut, but they're all going to be unused. So we'll just see this click up as we quickly plod through all the dies. Actually, while I think about it, I wanted to do a quick shout out. A shout out to a lovely lady called Shirley Watkins, and I know she watches and she loves watching the hauls and the rewinds. So just a quick hello to Shirley. Hi. Okay, back. What was we doing? Yes, next die. So let's press through them. It was a dress, and it's like on a mannequin stand. Well, you build the stand up separately, and you can make some fabulous little dresses for little girls' cards, etc. I have used this one once, funnily enough, so it's not an unused. It is a used, but only once, and then it got squirreled away with the rest of them. But it was a really nice die, and I think that was about £1.60 something, around there. Next die. Next was, it was the little camera and a film strip. It wasn't very big. It was only yay big. And I had full intentions. I thought it'd be cute in some of the scrapbooking, which, I don't know why, but I've seemed to have just stopped and I've lost interest in scrapbooking completely. I need to get the mojo back for that, but it's not coming back yet. But it'd make good bookmark die also. But have I used it? No, it's got squirreled away. Next was the corner pocket die. Now I have used this one, just one of them once, but technically it's used. And you can make little corner pockets. So when you're making, I made, for instance, a simple little open pop-out book with chipboard, grey board, chipboard card. And what did I use that for? I think it was just a project book that I was making, and I wanted a couple of pockets, one on the inside of each of the front and back covers. So it got used. So yeah, happily playing, and that was about £2.79-ish. It seems pointless saying all the prices because the prices go up and down, up and down. And of course you get refunds and price reductions if you keep checking your orders. So what I've paid is probably not going to be what you pay, but if you wait, the price will come down, or if you just keep jumping on the reductions, then that will help get the price down. So I don't know. Anyway, we digress. On to the next one. Let's get through these. Was a pinprick die, it's called, and it's just a square die that you use for backgrounds of cards, basically. You wouldn't use it for anything else in particular. It just gives a little bit of texture to the background, so you can put flowers or a little like Santa on top of it or whatever. But have I used it? No, not yet. It's squirreled. Next, a happy birthday die. You can never have enough of these. You can never have enough happy birthdays. I mean, that's probably the one thing that you need in multitudes, because if I send my granddaughter one, for instance, with a happy birthday, I wouldn't want to use the same die for the following year, for instance. I'd want to use a different one. And also between all of the kids, I wouldn't particularly want to see exactly the same one, all of them. So yeah, getting loads of them is always a bonus. That was a good die. I couldn't find it actually on the site, so I think they've done away with that one, but there are so many of them anyway. I would say just dig in and just get all different types. Haven't I used that one? You know, I don't know if I actually got around to using that one. I know all of them have been cut out at least once as a tester, just to make sure that the die was working okay. But have I actually used it? I can't remember, because the problem is with a lot of the text dies, the happy birthdays, congratulations and stuff like that, they just get thrown in my little crafty drawer and I just ruffle through them when I'm after for one. So I don't actually take notice of which ones I'm using a lot of. I can only assume I've used it. But if I haven't, no doubt it will be within some point. So you can mark that down as an okay. Right, next. Waffly today. Oh yes, it was the Wizard of Oz collection. There's one. This is from a little craft supplier that I follow regular, and I've got quite a few of their craft dies. And this collection is Wizard of Oz, and dead cute. I'll rattle through them, so we'll splay them off one at a time. We've got Lion, Witch, Glinda, the Good Witch, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Dorothy. And they varied between £1.59 and about £2.19 each. Yeah, I can't remember which was which. I know the Lion was about £2. But have I used any of them? No. But I'm going to. I swear I will. They're not just going to stay squirreled in my little box. So there's loads of them. Staying with the same supplier, funnily enough. Let me shrink my paperwork so I can see. She had another collection and it was for Alice in Wonderland. Now, she didn't have all of the characters, but I remember getting quite a few of them. For instance, Alice was the first one and she was about $2.69. And I think the Queen was about $3.59. They were all sort of in between that price range. So you got Alice and Hatter, And then there was the 2 cards, which was heart and spades, and then the queen. No cat. I couldn't get the cat, so I'm assuming she'd already sold out the cat before I could get it. But there was no cat, no dormouse, and no white rabbit, which is kind of weird that there was no white rabbit. But I keep looking out just in case the white rabbit, etc., turns up, because then I'll have it, I'll nab it just so I can add it to my collection, to my squirreled collection. Anyway, next. It was a pack of water droplets. They were in between 3 and 8 mil in size, so different variations of sizes. And it's just a pack of, they look like clear water droplets that you stick onto cards. They look fabulous when you're trying to create, say, flowers and you put like a couple on the petals, so it looks like little water droplets. They do look really great. And even when I decorate a card and I put a couple of gems in the corners and that, sometimes I just like the clear gems. I don't really particularly want the colours. I love that sort of clear gem looking thing. So those they weren't sticky. You would have to glue them on, which I kind of prefer. So that was them. And they were about £1.99-ish, around there. Yeah, I reckon that was about right. Have I used them? I actually have used those. Not many. Probably only maybe 6 out of the packet. But that's the type of thing you just have in your crafty arsenal that you dip into every now and then. So, next. Next were 2 gifts. This first one was for my son. And it's like a little... It's a journal, but it reminded me of the old filofaxes. And in the son one, it says like to my son on the front. It's got like 136 sheets of paper in it that I don't know what he could use it for. But I thought maybe he will use it, maybe he won't use it. That was about a £5, I think, £5.40 something, 45. Yeah. And that was, I think I kept that and gave it to him Christmas. So that was just part of his Christmas gifts. And then the next item was pretty much the same thing, but for my daughter. So it was a journal. This one came with a pen and it was pink. And it was about the same price, about £5.45-ish. And that was given to her for Christmas. So both of those were good. I don't know whether they actually use them or whether they just keep them. I don't know, because you could use them for all sorts. No idea. But that's what they got, and I liked them. Okay, that was the sort of end of the crafty stuff. And then the last few items were just little bits and pieces that caught my eye. And the first one was a resin flower pot. A white little resin flower pot man. And he's laying on his belly with his hands on his chin, and he's got his legs up in the air. And you put little fake plants or maybe slow growing, like, I don't know, some sort of succulent or cactus in it would be good. Because they're only tiny. They're like extra large egg cups, boiled egg cups. But yeah, I liked them because I had another one and I think he's sitting on the edge of a shelf with his legs dangling over. I wanted another one to go with him, so that's why I got him. And he's in my front room with a fake plant in him. Yeah, still using him. He's good. He's cute. Do they still have him? I think I did find him on the site, so that's handy. And he was £5, about £5.79-ish, something like that. Next item was a USB keyring. It was 128 gig, tiny little black USB fob. It was about £4, and actually I've got on it is stored Windows 10, I think, is stored on it, like to boot up and reformat a PC again to start from scratch. So it's ready to clean a PC. And that's what I've got that for. It's in the drawer. I did look on the site. They haven't got the exact one on the site, but there are so many key rings and little USB hard disks out there anyway that I would say just look for at least a USB 3, because you want it to be as fast as possible when you're sending files to it, and go for as large as possible. So maybe something over 128 gig is probably good. But 4 gig, probably not worth it. Not even for photos and stuff. Now you won't get enough on it. Anyway, onwards. Next one was... Oh, it was my Wall.E case. Here he is. And he's for my Apple iPod wannabes. And he's just a little rubber case that you can... Oh, so you can take it off. That's the actual iPod. So it's just a little case. But he's Wall.E and I couldn't resist him. So yeah, as you can see, I do use him. I use him a lot. He's good. Liked him. And he's... Oh no, I couldn't find him on site. I went looking for him and couldn't find him at all. There were a few cases, but I don't think I found Wall.E. So yeah, no, I couldn't get an updated link for him. But he's used and loved. The last two items. The first one was, they call it a creepy bunny plush, and he's black. And I've also got a white one. I don't classify it as creepy. For some reason, when I saw the bunnies, I fell in love with them. And they permanently live sat tucked behind my headboard. I'll put a picture here so you can see them. I love them. But the black one, he's still up for sale. I've still seen him. He's about £4-ish, or was. What he'll be like when this video comes out, or when you look, I don't know. But when I bought him, he was just over £4. And oh yeah, he's used all the time. And the last item was the white version. And I know I paid a pound more for him for some reason. He was about £5 something, just over £5. And he's sitting beside, and love him too. But I don't think they're creepy bunnies. I love them. So anyway, that's all of the items. Now, because they're craft, I knew that a lot of them were going to be, they've been squirreled away. Because it's craft, that's what you do. And then you get them out every now and then. My bad. But anyway, I loved all of those items, and I'm still using lots of them, having fun with them. So anyway. So that was this quick run through of this haul. Hope to catch you on the next one. So until later, be good and look after yourself. And I'll see you on Rewind 16. Bye.